Good morning. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day, like literally a beautiful day. There is blue skies. We are grateful in Nashville. I am going live because every Monday I just want to start going live to just talk about the new episode that just dropped. Hi, Ray. My girl Ray's on. If you guys are hopping on, let me know where you are hopping on in from. That was a mouthful. Hello. I love seeing your guys' names pop up. Hello, Kristen. A long time no see, you guys. So yes, like I shared, I just want to start going live every Monday morning to just get our hearts right together. Hi, Maya. Yay! South Florida, already listening to episode 77. What are we on, guys? 77, 78. I always lose track of the episodes. This is my backup phone, and it's dead. But I believe it's episode 77 or 78. Oklahoma City. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hopping on. I hope that we just get to dive into a little routine together. Maya, thank you. It's episode 76, How to Find Joy After You Feel Like You've Lost It. I am very passionate in this episode. Hi, Chloe. And I am... Kristen, I've missed you too. Good morning, Vivian. This episode is one of the fiery ones. It's my first solo of season 3, and I feel like one of the first doses of us diving into what season 3's content is going to be like. Also, in addition to that, I share a lot about the vision for season 3 and just what to expect for 2024. So I'm very excited for that. Girls from New York, come on. Serena, that's amazing that you want to start your own podcast. I mean, I have been also praying on how I could help, and I just believe, you guys know this if you tune into the podcast, how much I believe in just reaching behind and lifting another sister up who might just be a few steps behind in whatever that thing is, because I love doing that so much because I've had so many women in my life who have done that for me. And so anyhow, still praying on that. I will definitely share more on the podcast and in my newsletter and just different things like that on what that will evolve into. Not sure on it quite yet. Serena is from Australia. That is amazing. And I have not seen your DM. You guys, if you have not gotten a DM back from me, please resend it. I have gotten, especially from the wedding and stuff, like the last 2 months, I've been all over the place when it comes to DMs and messages, so catching up on that. But today, I just want to... Anna just asked what my favorite Bible verse is. I think it would definitely have to be James 1:2. Consider it all joy, brothers and sisters, every trial and tribulation that you walk through is producing a steadfastness within you. And it's so much of what the podcast That's Joy is built on. If you're new here, if you're just watching, I'm the host of That's Joy, the podcast, and my heart is to just infuse more joy into more people, to all of his sons and daughters, and I get to do that through this vessel of podcasting. Today, there was a brand new episode, like I shared, episode 76, How to Find Joy After You Feel Like You've Lost It. I'm sharing everything on just how it's for you still. How if it feels like you've lost it and you feel like you've had the best of it, that's a lie from a bit of hell. Like, I just believe that there's a new thing happening within this year, and hopefully this episode just sparks inspiration to believe again. Like, believe that joy is for you. So if you haven't listened to it yet, it'd mean the world if you plugged in anywhere you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple. I mean, who's left a review already? Shout out to y'all who have left the Apple review. It's more than just me feeling like I get to be gassed up by your guys' comments from Apple Podcast reviews, but more than that, in order to grow something like a podcast business and a podcast platform, reviews are such a vital part. I didn't know this before, like being knees deep in podcasting and in the podcasting world, but reviews actually do massive wonders for podcasters. So not just That's Joy, if you tune into That's Joy, I love you, thank you so much, but also any podcast that you listen to that you love, take 2 seconds to write a review. You just help them grow in ways that one stream can't necessarily do by itself. So that is what my thought is there. Chloe, yay, you've left your review and rated. Thank you so much, Chloe. So that's what's happening. And every Monday morning, we're just going to get our hearts right. You get to hear from me what the podcast of the week is. I usually have a good, not Australia, the UK. I don't know my flags. Okay, we're working on it. That is so sweet, Anna. Thank you for saying that. They are brown eyes, but Georgia Brown, if you guys aren't following her, you absolutely should. She just got engaged, but I remember the first time I met her, she literally stopped me, held me by both shoulders, and she's like, there's a light in your eye, a light like a lamp on a hill, and like just went in on scripture on that. And ever since she said that, I couldn't help but remember that when sometimes I look in the mirror and see that sparkle too. So anyhow, I hope that you guys get to plug into episode 76. If there's any questions too on things that you want to know more about, or even a certain topic, like I hope that these Monday mornings on lives together can be spent with me getting to know you guys, because I just want more of this, like more interaction, live. We're together, I get to know you a little bit more. I mean, heck, there's 16 people here. If I invited all 16 of y'all over to my place, that'd be a lot of people, right? So I just want to hear more about what you're loving about the podcast, what you'd want to hear more about, because I feel like this area, this live, is an opportunity to do that. That is so sweet, Serena. Thank you for sharing that. So yes, continue to tune in. Oh, it's episode 77. Okay, 77. How to find your joy after you feel like you've lost it. Also, this is just a sidebar. Who listened to last week's episode, our wedding episode with Jonathan and I? If you have not listened to that through the very end, that last minute, we share something very exciting and big that we are launching. For the record, it is not a child. It is something exciting that we are launching very soon, and a sneak peek I posted on my stories that we did yesterday. Just a little photo shoot for it, and so it's going to be good, and I hope it continues to just add value to your life. I hope that it blesses you and that you just grow even more through everything that we put out on that. So, yay! I'm so glad you're listening to that episode now. Well, you guys, I hope that you get to listen to this week's episode. Like I said, that I just want us to be able to every Monday morning come together and just like fix our eyes on Jesus and align our hearts in a position that says, I am going to look for joy today. I am going to be in the driver's seat of my life, and I am going to steward this day well. I'm going to take action on the things that I can take action on. I'm going to choose to control the things that I can control and let go and let God have the rest, right? I think that it's so important to make sure that in a brand new day, in a brand new week, we are positioning not only our minds, but our hearts and our eyes in a way that says, you know what? I am going to look for joy today. And if I can't find it, heck with it, I'm going to be it. I'm going to be it. And that can look like numerous different things. Holding a door open for somebody else, giving a compliment to a stranger, texting that friend that's been on your heart, calling your parents, calling your grandparents, right? These are just a bunch of different examples of ways that you can be the joy. One of the ways that my friends show up for me so kindly is a random Venmo for coffee. Like, it's $5 to $6, but when that thing hits your Venmo and somebody else is blessing you with a coffee, That is so kind. It's so kind, and it's such a little thing too. So let's not allow the little things to get lost on us. Let's position those things. I just put up a post yesterday on how we can make the little things amount to much more of the bigger things, and it's how we love people well. So let's lean into the little things this week and remember that those things stack up and compound and are the very thing that I believe will spark joy all over, right? But it starts here. I think so often I think of Bob Goff's quote where it's like, we want to go to the other end of the earth to help people there, but really we're not willing to cross the street. We're not considering just crossing the street. There's a quote along those lines. I may be butchering it, but it's that, right? You don't have to go to the other end of the globe today to make a difference. You can actually just love the person in front of you today. That can make a really big difference. And if all of us did that every single day, wow, it just would change a lot. It would shift a lot of the world that we see. So I hope that you have the power and just honestly, the motivation and inspiration to really believe in your heart of hearts that you are capable of change and that your impact matters, because it does. And yeah, exactly. The world would be so much more different. So anyhow, have a blessed Monday. I hope that you get to listen to episode 77, and I hope that it blesses you immeasurably. And you get to just see a sneak peek at where my head's been at and what I am dreaming up for season 3 of this podcast and just what we're going to do together. So thank you guys. You're so kind. I love that we are cultivating such a kind community. I hope that can shift to become such a generous community as we continue to find ways to bless others. And yeah, it's going to be a good week. So make it a good one. And remember, if you can't find the joy, someone comment down, what are we going to do? We are going to be it. We are going to be it. So God bless you guys. Have the best day and best week. And thank you so much for being here.